sick of the camera, sick of hauling a rifle around, tired of dealing with crap that I don't have to deal with. Shouldn't have. Tired of it. Just ready to hunt. Put the damn camera away. Gonna be a beast of a pack out of here. Build a fire, eat it, take it out of my stomach. Maybe at that threshold where it's like, I could be that guy that just goes crazy. I'm back.
Up here, boy. Open the more door.
Oh, she's all loaded up. I bet you want to see it, don't you? Boom. Look at that guy.
Hungry, eat. Thirsty, drink. Cold, make a fire. You wonder why I'm crazy? That's why.
For the better part of a week, I've been bow hunting here in northwest Oklahoma, and so far I've yet to lay eyes on any of the bucks that we have trail cam pictures of. I've spent countless hours scouting the riverbed, sneaking through the brush, and hanging stands. But I think I may have blown my one great opportunity early on when this Big 8 walked in on me while scouting for a spot to hang a stand.
I was a definite shooter. Wish I had my bow. Stupid. Don't go into the woods without your bow.
In this open country, it's tough to get a buck to walk close by, so I've even resorted to some tactics that I've never tried before.
We're the shot. Okay, John. If this stuff doesn't work, I'm shipping the cam back to you.
And after getting some pretty positive results from it, I think I might have stumbled onto something here.
I'm not gonna say it worked, but I'm not gonna say it didn't work.
In any case, it doesn't really matter, but I know one thing for sure. I'm getting tired of sitting here in the stand watching buck after buck continue to pick those off the green field. I decided to get a little western on these deer, and it seemed to have worked out.
He's a beautiful deer, and I'm excited to have him. Now I can throw my orange on. Just great deer. Gonna snap some photos, get him tagged up, throw some orange on, and get to hunting with a rifle.
I've still got a good solid day and a half before gun season kicks off. So rather than sit back and get fat and lazy in the lodge, or at least get more fat and more lazy in the lodge, I'm going to keep hitting the stand in good pinch and observation points to 1, see if I can lay eyes on a good buck to hammer with my rifle, and 2, see if I can smack a slick for the freezer.
get settled in the tree. Big chocolate rack, 10-point, just cruising that other side. Called to him, he heard, and then he took off. There must be a brood in here. There's a bunch of rubs back here behind me. He didn't like that column, that's for sure.
This buck that just casually strolled in is the one buck that Stacy and I decided not to shoot. The one deer on this farm that gets a free pass. So rather than turn and grab my bow and get ready for the shot, I do a quick change of the battery pack and continue to shoot what video I can of this deer. And hopefully he'll make it through this season and cross my path another day. But I guarantee, next year I'll shoot him, camera rolling or not. This is a great 3.5-year-old deer that if given time can become a giant.
Had him yesterday at 12 yards. It's a good sign though. Bucks are moving.
It's finally opening day of gun season here in Oklahoma. It's finally here, and although I still haven't seen one of the bucks that I want to go after, it's the rut. And in an instant, all of that can change.
Just getting light enough to shoot, and there's deer all over the wheat field out here. It looks like they're gonna cross about 400 yards away, so I think I'm gonna get off this dune, work my way down the backside of this other dune and pop up over. It's gonna be sketchy because the wind's kind of a north wind. It's supposed to be straight north, but it's kind of northwest. So I don't want to go too far. I'm gonna get within probably 200 yards of where I think they're gonna cross. But I'm gonna scoot down around here. If they do what they did yesterday they came off right as it got light, but they're still kind of chasing around out there quite a way, so I think I've got a couple minutes to get down over here and get around the dune. They're still going, they're going farther down the field edge, so I'm gonna get a little bit closer and start down, get set up, because where they hit that corner post, they should be about 150 yards or so. So I'm gonna work up one more dune and hopefully get lucky. I hate deer hunting. I'm sick of it. Oh, I'm ready to go home. See mama and the babies. I love to hunt, but man, it's frustrating. One more day. I filled my hands full of these stickers too. Frustrating. Super frustrating. Sand. Brutal on your rifle. You might not think this cover would do you any good in the sand and sagebrush, but sand is the worst. Sand and dust.
Well, the snows have finally come. They've been calling for it for the last couple of days, but it's here now. So it's gonna make it beautiful. The bucks are out cruising like crazy. Just kind of skirting the edges of these grass fields. It's kind of, the does like to bed in some of this stuff. But I'm just heading up to these sand dunes. I parked back here at this oil pad location. And I'm just gonna walk up to these dunes, take a seat, see what I see during the midday. A lot of bucks cruising across here, just scent checking, looking for does anywhere. Beautiful, beautiful mid-morning. Normally when I plan this trip to Oklahoma, I plan on hunting the last 5 days of the bow season and then the first 3 or 4 days of gun. But this year, due to my travel schedule, I only have 1.5 days with a rifle. In years past, 1 day would have been plenty. But this year, without laying eyes on any of the giants, I'm beginning to wonder.
I'll go see if I can find him before I run out of light here. Hit him hard. I didn't see him go down, but I'll walk over there and see if I can find him. Oh man, look at that baby. Look at that buck. Heck yeah. Test, audio test. So I'm talking normal, talking about my hunt. This is my favorite whitetail that I've ever shot. This deer just means an awful lot to me. I worked so hard this week, passed a lot of good deer, You know, shot a good young deer with my bow. And kind of wishing that I hadn't, wishing I could give him another year, but you know, I'm not typically a trophy hunter, but it seems like this year the trophies have come. You know, don't know what else to say. I'm just jacked. I really am. Great character. Stickers, trash, broken brow. We've got pictures of this deer.
These trips that I do in the Midwest for whitetail are far from the most physically demanding trips that I'll typically go on. But that doesn't mean that they're not hard. There are very few game animals that can put you through the mental anguish that a mature whitetail buck can. I think it is largely because of the psyche behind it all. Here you have an animal that might live his entire life in a 2 or 3 square mile area. And yet the impressive fact is that some of these wary bucks can grow into maturity without you ever laying eyes on him. I think that this is one of the factors that makes the whitetail deer reign forever as king, as the most sought after big game animal in the world.
Test, audio test. So I'm talking normal, talking about my hunt, about how awesome it was,